Alright, we're on Second Chronicles 14. So, Abijah slept with his father, and they buried him in the city of David, and Asa his son reigned in his stead. In his days the land was quiet 10 years. And Asa did that which was good and right in the eyes of the Lord his God. For he took away the altars of the strange gods and the high places, and broke down the images, and cut down the groves, and commanded Judah to seek the Lord God of their fathers, and do the law and the commandments. Also he took away out of all the cities of Judah the high places and images, and the kingdom was quiet before him. And he built fenced cities in Judah, for the land had rest and had no war in those years, because the Lord had given him rest. Therefore he said unto Judah, Let us build those cities, and make about them walls and towers, gates, and bars, while the land is yet before us, because we have sought the Lord our God, and we have sought him, and he hath given us rest on every side. So they built and prospered. And Asa had an army of men that bore targets and spears out of Judah, 300,000, and out of Benjamin that bore shields and draw bows, 280,000. All those were mighty men of valor. And there came out again some Zephyr the Ethiopian, with a host of 1,300 chariots, and came into Marsha. Then Asa went out against him, and set to battle in array in the valley of Ziphatha at Moriah. And Asa cried unto the Lord his God, and said, Lord, it is nothing with thee to help with many over them that have no power. Help us, O Lord God, for we rest on thee, and in thy name we go against this multitude. O Lord, thou art our God. Let not man prevail against thee. So the Lord smote the Ethiopians before Asa, and before Judah, and the Ethiopians fled. And Asa and the people that were with him pursued him unto Gezer, and the Ethiopians were overthrown, that they could not recover themselves, for they were destroyed before the Lord and before his host, and they carried away very much spoil. And they smote all the cities around about Gezer, for the fear of the Lord came upon them, and they spoiled all the cities, for there was exceeding much spoil in them. They smote also the tents of cattle, and they carried away the sheep, camels in abundance, and returned unto Jerusalem. We are on chapter 15 now. And the Spirit of God came upon Azariah the son of Obed, and he went out to meet Asa, and said unto him, Hear ye me, Asa, and all of Judah and Benjamin. The Lord is with you, while ye be with him, and if you seek him, he will be found of you. But if you forsake him, he will forsake you. Now that is true. You have to keep on looking for him. Now, for a long season, Israel has been without the true God, and without the teaching priest, and without law. And this is true. Even to today, we are without him, the teaching of him, and we are without law. We have man's law that everybody goes by, and not his law. 4. But when they, in their trouble, did turn to the Lord God of Israel, and sought him, he found of them. And in those times there was no peace to him that went out, nor to him that came in, but great vexation were upon all the inhabitants of the countries. And nations was destroyed of nations, and cities of cities, for God did vex them with all adversity. Be ye strong before, and let not your hands be weak, for your work shall be rewarded. And when Asa heard those words and the prophecy of Obed the prophet, he took courage and put away the abomination and idols out of all the land of Judah and Benjamin, and out of the cities which he had taken from Mount Ephraim, and renewed the altars of the Lord that was before the porch of the Lord. And he gathered all Judah and Benjamin, and the strangers with them in Ephraim and Manasseh, and out of Simon, for they fell to him out of Israel in abundance, when they saw that the Lord his God was with him. So they gathered themselves together at Jerusalem in the 3rd month, on the 15th year of the reign of Asa. And they offered unto the Lord the same time of the spoils which they had brought, 700 oxen and 7,000 sheep. And they entered into a covenant to seek the Lord God of their fathers with all their heart and with all their soul. That wheresoever would not seek the Lord God of Israel should be put to death, whether small or great, whether man or woman. And they swore unto the Lord with a loud voice, and with the shouting, and with trumpets, and with cornets, and all of Judah rejoiced at the oath. For they had sworn with all their heart, and sought with him in their whole desire, and he was found of them, and the Lord gave them rest around about. And also concerning Manasseh, the mother of Asa, not Manasseh, Maachah, the mother of Asa, the king, he removed her from being queen, because she had made an idol in a grove. And Asa cut down her idol, and stomped it, and burned it at the brook Kedron. But the high places were not taken away out of Israel. Nevertheless, the heart of Asa was perfect all his days. And he brought unto the house of God the things that his father had dedicated, and that he himself had dedicated, silver and gold and vessels. And there was no more war unto the 5 and 5th year of the reign of Asa. All right, we are on chapter 16. In the 6th and 13th year of the reign of Asa, Baasha king of Israel came up against Judah and built Ramah, and the intent that he might let none go out or come in to Asa of Judah. When Asa brought out silver and gold out of the treasure of the house of the Lord and of the king's house, and sent Benhadad king of Syria, that dwelt at Damascus, saying, There is a league between me and thee, and there was between my father and thy father. Behold, I have sent thee silver and gold. Go break thou league with Baasha king of Israel, that we may depart from thee. And Benhadad hearkened unto King Asa, and sent the captains of his army against the city of Israel, and they smote Ijon and Dan and Mem, and all store cities in Nephi. And it came to pass, when Baasha heard it, that he lift off his building on Ramah, and let his work cease. Then Asa the king took all Judah, and they carried away the stone of Ramah, and the timber thereof, wherewith Baasha was building, and he built therewith Geba and Mizpah. And at that time Hanani the seer came to Asa king of Judah, and said unto him, Because thou hast relied on the king of Syria, and not relied on the Lord thy God, therefore is the host of the king of Syria escaped out of thy hand. Were not the Ethiopians and the Lumpins a huge host, which very many chariots and horsemen? Yet because thou didst rely on the Lord, and delivered him into thy hand. For the eye of the Lord ran to and fro throughout the whole earth, to show himself strong in the behalf of them whose heart was perfect towards him. Herein thou hast done foolishly. Therefore, from henceforth thou shalt have wars. So at first he had God in his mind, and he kept on going. Then all of a sudden he turned. I wonder why we do that. And I'm talking about me too. When Asa was wroth with the seer, and put him in prison house, he was in a rage with him because of this thing. And Asa oppressed some of the people the same time. And behold, the acts of Asa, first and last, lo, are they written in the book of king of Judah and Israel. And Asa, in the 30th and 9th year of his reign, was diseased in his feet, until his disease was exceedingly great. Yet in his disease he sought not the Lord, but to a physician. Ooh, here we go, people, here we go. Here we go. Who should you rely on? The physician or God? He died with his disease. Ooh. I don't go to the doctor. The last time I went to the doctor was only because I did not want that electric, that 5G thing on my meter box. And guess what? It didn't work. They still came and put it on there anyway. They told me it was a different one when I know better. Alright, here we go. And Asa slept with his father and died in the 41st year of his reign. And they buried him with his own sculpture, which he had made for himself in the city of David, and laid him in the bed, which was filled with a sweet odor, and divers kind of spices prepared by the carrier art. And they made a very great burying for him. We are on chapter 17 now. And Jehoshaphat, his son, reigned in his stead, and strengthened himself against Israel. And he placed force in all the fenced cities of Judah, and set grandsons in the land of Judah, and in the city of Ephraim, which Asa his father had taken. And the Lord was with Jehoshaphat, because he walked in the first way of his father David, and sought not Balaam, but sought to the Lord God of his father, and walked in his commandments, and not after the doing of Israel. Therefore the Lord established the kingdom in his hand, and Judah brought to Jehoshaphat presents, and he had riches and honor and abundance. And his heart was lifted up in the way of the Lord. Moreover, he took away the high places and grove out of Judah. Also, in the 3rd year of his reign, he sent to his princes, even to Ben-Hail, and to Obadiah, and to Zechariah, and to Nathaniel, and to Micah, to teach in the city of Judah. And with them he sent Levites with Shimei and Nathaniel and Zephiah and Azel and Ramoth and Johanathan and Adonijah and okay, they're all priests. All right, and they taught in Judah and had the book of the law of the Lord with them, and went about throughout all the cities of Judah and taught the people. And fear of the Lord fell upon all the kingdoms of the land that were round about Judah, so they that made no war against Jehoshaphat. Also, some of the Philistines brought Jehoshaphat presents and tribute silver, and the Arabians, brought him flock, 7,700 rams, and 7,700 he-goats. And Jehoshaphat waxed great exceedingly, and he built in Judah castles and cities of store, and he had much business in the city of Judah, and the men of war, mighty men of valor, were in Jerusalem. Now these are the number of them according to the house of their father of Judah, the captains of thousands, Adnah the chief, and with him mighty men of valor, 300,000. And next to him was Jehoatham the captain, and with him were 280,000. And next to him was Amashah the son of Zechariah, whom willingly offered himself to the Lord, and with him 200,000 mighty men of valor. And of Benjamin, Elidiah, a mighty man of valor, and with him armed men with bow and shield 200,000. And next to him was Jehozabad, and with him 180,000 ready prepare for the war. Those waiting on the king, besides those who the king put in fenced city throughout all of Judah. Alright, we're on number 18, and we will play with it tomorrow. I'm enjoying this. I hope you guys are. I really do. I hope y'all are enjoying it. I am. A lot of hugs and kisses to you.